Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. My favorite makeup today is this. This is the Milani Stellar Lights Holographic Lip Gloss. This is in the shade, and I never remember it, Fluorescent Fuschia. So that's what I'm wearing today. I was feeling very sparkly today. Went out for a nice walk here in the neighborhood where I'm staying, and I got a little bit of sun, but I'm still sparkly, and that's all that matters. And now on to the video. So today's video, we're going to be doing another swatch and watch. So I have been watching a lot of products on Sephora lately, and today I was able to go in stores and actually get a lot of swatches of most of those things, so I can sort of make a decision whether I want to purchase them or not. So let's get started. So first up, this is the Kevyn Aucoin Prismagic Highlighting Trio. So the price on this is $48, and you are getting 2.2 grams of product in each highlighter. So I had been wanting this ever since I saw it originally. Like, I saw this on Instagram and went, I really want this. So I went and I saw it in person. It's a little bit chunky. It's definitely very chunky. I'm pretty sure if you blended it out, it would be very beautiful. The color is lovely. I mean, that sort of like purpley one is really my favorite. It's not super different from other highlighters that I already have. It's just a more intense version of it. I think at this point, with the price point, I no longer feel like I have to have this trio, but I do think that it does look very beautiful on the skin. It's just, it is a little bit chunky. It sort of like sticks together on itself and you have to blend it out a bit. I do think it's beautiful. It's very editorial. If you're looking for that kind of color, I would say definitely go for it, but I think for me, I'm gonna skip that one. Next up is the Violet Voss Rainbow Eyeshadow Palette. And so the price on this is $30, and you are getting 3.2 grams of product in each eyeshadow. I had seen this show up on Instagram as well, and then realized it was actually on the Sephora website. So I wanted to see if it was even in an area nearby, if there were any Sephoras that were carrying it. They all said no, but when I went in today, they did actually have it. So here are the swatches. This palette looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. Some of the colors are a little bit chunky. Apparently this is infused with jojoba oil, so you can definitely feel that they glide on very nicely. They look really beautiful. Like one tiny little swatch, like look at those swatches again, they're crazy. Like, the color is very intense. I would have purchased it, except they were already sold out in that store, though they told me that they would have more coming in later in the week, so I'm gonna go back and see if I can pick it up. All I can say in terms of swatching is that Violet Voss looks amazing, and I'm definitely picking it up. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts, I'm definitely getting that palette. Next up, we have the Makeup Forever Starlit Glitter Palette. This product is $45, and it is 1.1 grams of product per shade. You don't get a lot of shades with this one. I'm going to show you the swatches now. Frankly, I thought that the shades on this, they look very nice, but they're kind of boring. And frankly, I feel like my Fenty Galaxy palette can do anything that this palette can do, no problem. Plus, you get way more shades to pick from. I didn't find that there was a ton of fallout necessarily on my arm, but I think with something like that, I would have to use a glitter primer anyway. It did get all over my hands when I was swatching it, and then I just sort of moved everywhere when I tried to take it off. So while it does look very pretty, I have all of those shades already in a different palette. It's not necessary to buy this. I'll be skipping it. Next is the Sephora Face and Cheek Holographic Palette. So this retails for $28. The highlighters, which are transformer shades, those are 3.2 grams, and then the three blushes, which are the ones along the bottom, those are 3.86 grams of product. I did find this in stores, and here's the swatches. Frankly, I thought the swatches on the transformer shades were kind of like especially because I had swatched them right next to the Kevyn Aucoin, which even though they're very expensive, they do look ridiculous on your hand. The Sephora ones look nice. The blushes don't look like they're anything particularly special, to be honest. And I had already decluttered a Sephora palette previously, not because it was a bad palette, just because I had higher quality stuff. I think if you want something that has the blush and the transformer shades in one thing, it's probably going to be a good bet for you. But if you have that kind of stuff already, like if you already have good blushes that you like, these blushes are just fine. They're not anything special. Frankly, I like drugstore blushes better than I like the Sephora blushes, and those transformer shades aren't that great either. And so if you have anything like, if you've got the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, if you have the Anastasia Moonchild palette, if you've got any of that stuff, if you've got the Sephora editorial palette, for example, you don't need this palette. It's not going to be useful for you. While the price is nice, I just don't think it's worth the money. So I'm definitely gonna be skipping that one. And this is the Nars Danger Control palette. This palette is $49 and you get 2 grams of product per shadow. Now, frankly, when I saw this one on Instagram, I was not impressed. I was like, it's boring, I don't want it. Although then I went and swatched it. It really is very beautiful swatched. The colors are very lovely. I've heard that the followed is kind of bad, but you know, mixed reviews on the product as it stands right now, but the colors are really beautiful. So I suppose if you've got a good primer and you feel comfortable with it and you like these colors, I mean, go swatch this for yourself. It's really quite beautiful in person. I'm usually not very impressed with Nars eyeshadow palettes, but this one, I'm gonna be watching this one. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up right now, but I'm definitely keeping my eye on it because it really is very beautiful. And next we have the Urban Decay. This is the Disco Queen highlighting powder and the highlighting stick. I swatched both of them next to each other, but here's the products first. So the powder retails for $29 and the stick retails for $26. I couldn't actually find the product amount on the Sephora website. I know I saw these in person. They seem like decently sized, but nothing ridiculous. They swatched fine. There wasn't really much to them. I actually was comparing them similarly. If you've got the Fenty Beauty Confetti matchsticks, that's better actually. I think the glitter is prettier. You could also do a similar effect with like a Milk Makeup one. You could do a similar effect with the new Too Faced Diamond Highlighter. If you're looking for that kind of like very funky glittery effect, you're gonna get that from something else. In terms of intensity, they're not very intense. So I feel like if you're gonna have a glitter highlighter, you should go all out, you know? And I have better ones, so I'm not gonna be picking up either of these, though they looked very pretty in the store and I was immediately like, ooh, a purple highlighter. I love a purple highlighter. There's nothing special about them, so I'm gonna be skipping those. And these are the Stila Glitter and Glow Highlighters. These are 0.2 ounces a piece, and these retail for $30. So I love my Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadows, and I also like the shimmer ones as well. These are just not doing it for me. They're really glittery. They look just like the eyeshadow, to be honest. They're pretty. They're definitely pretty. I've compared them on my hand to the Cover FX glitter drops. I think the glitter drops are prettier, and frankly, the pricing, if you take a look at the pricing between the Stila Glitter and Glow Highlighter and the Cover FX glitter drops, I'll do the math for you here, it's really not, you're not getting a bargain here. The Stilas cost way more per ounce. The colors are fine, but they're not anything particularly exciting. And I don't know why I would buy this and not just buy the eyeshadow, because you can put eyeshadow all over your face, guys. We're allowed. You don't have rules. You can put your makeup wherever you want. If it's safe for your eye, it's gonna be safer for your cheek. I mean, the eye's the part that they really have to work on. You don't need to buy the special highlighter for it, because I don't really have a problem with the eyeshadow coming off. I would rather buy the eyeshadow. It costs a little less. You get a little less product, I believe, but I mean, frankly, if you're going for a really beautiful glitter highlighter, get the Cover FX glitter drops. They're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. I loved them. They stayed on all day. They look amazing. They're beautiful. Do you want to make the investment in that? I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to get the Stila. It's not, you're not going to get nearly as much product, and you're going to be spending a significant amount of money for this. So if you're gonna get the glitter highlighter, I'd go for the best one. So I'm not gonna be getting any of these either. And last up, we have the Kat Von D Studded Kiss Crème lipsticks. These are $19 and they are 3.4 grams of product. So I did go into stores and I swatched some of them. I did not swatch them all because at the Sephora I was frequenting, they had not swapped out all of the testers for the new shades, which I found very annoying actually. It was very misleading as to whether you would be purchasing the new formula or the old. You would only know if you knew the difference between the boxes, which I do, but if you didn't know. So if you're in the store and you're swatching these, if the inner tube of the lipstick is black, that is the new formula. If it is silver, that is the old formula. If you were looking at the box lid, if the box lid is covered completely with the color of the lipstick and then has the name on it, that is the new formula. If there's sort of like a circle on the top of it with the name written in it, that is the old formula. Be careful when you're swatching these in stores because some Sephoras, I guess, are lazier than others and have not really swapped out all of the testers and the old product, because I was still able to find the older ones up until a couple of days ago. They were still selling the older ones, they just stuck them in the back of the, so like they would have the new color of, like, for example, Backstage Bambi, they would have that in the front and then they would have the older packaging behind it. So you could still buy the older one and you wouldn't necessarily know that if you didn't know the lipstick really well, which I do. In terms of the formula, I was not super impressed with it. It's very thick, and the colors can be very patchy. It just depends on which one you pick. There's nothing that I felt screamed out to me, I really need to buy this right now. I'm sure eventually when I start running out of the older formula, I will probably pick one up. I found the whiteout shade particularly to just look kind of weird, like when I swatched it. I think they're fine. I'll probably pick up one eventually, but right now I don't like them as much. And all of the really neat colors with sort of like the shimmer finish to them, most of those did not make the transition. I assume that they have some sort of ingredient in them that prevented them from being vegan, so that's why they don't get to be here anymore. That makes me sad because I will miss those lipsticks because those are my favorites of the line. But what can you do? I mean, you know, you gotta move on with progress, and I understand that it's very important to the brand that they want to be vegan and cruelty-free, and I support that, and I understand it. It just might be that they just don't make my favorite lipsticks so much anymore. So that is a bummer. I would say go swatch them for yourself, see how you feel about it, but as far as I could tell, they look pretty thick, and they don't tend to go on that well depending on the shade, so I'm not super psyched about them right now. So they're on hold for the moment. I don't think I'm gonna pick any up right now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, please subscribe. Still not sure how I feel about the lack of my backdrop. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't, so we'll see. I'm gonna see if it's affecting the sound very much, so it may be up in the next couple of videos. You never know. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all soon. Bye!